Hi friends, welcome back to Farm Girl Diaries. It is a beautiful day outside and I just had to get out in the garden and I had to get outside. I've been trapped inside for too long and I needed to get out in the garden. And let me show you first of all what I'm doing and then we'll talk about it. So I ripped out my marigolds. These are all marigolds here that were in this line up here. I always plant marigolds in this little section because they look so pretty in the summertime. And I needed to get them out because I need to make space for my tulips. And at the end of the season, I really hate killing plants. So at the end of the season, I couldn't get this puppy out. I didn't want to tear out the marigolds because they were still blooming for a long way into December. By the time they looked pretty bad, it was too cold for me to actually care about pulling them out. But so I kind of came in, I'm going to talk about some things. I kind of pulled out, because I had a lot of other dead stuff in this space, but that's the purpose of this video. I really want to talk about this space and what we have going on over here. So this is my patio that I put in. I think this will be the third year that I put this patio in. And first of all, I will never put a patio in again. It was so much work. I did it. I had help, but I assisted in putting this patio together, and I don't think I'll ever do that again. But what we ended up building, just because the patio would have ended here, and that wasn't a lot of yard space. It kind of seems like dumb to turn this into yard in my opinion. And then you can't really tell, there's such a deep slope down to the garden that I really didn't want to mow it. So we had the idea of turning this, my chicken that has fallen over, my poor chicken, my poor rooster, when the tree fell down 2 summers ago, he lost all his pieces. So he doesn't have legs, so I just have him stuck in the ground. And he's a wonky little rooster. So the purpose of this garden when we put it in was I wanted it to be a useful perennial garden. And to be quite honest, I'm not 100% sure what I can put in there that's not going to go crazy. So originally I was going to put some mint in there, but everyone knows mint spreads like wildfire, same with chamomile. So there were so many things I wanted to put in here that I didn't put in here because I didn't want them to spread like that. I wanted to make this both useful and wild looking, but organized and maintained wild looking. So I'm sitting here kind of pulling out the dead stuff, getting ready for the tulips that are gonna grow in this space in just a few weeks. And I'm seeing so many things, some that I did purposefully, and some that happened that I didn't know was going to happen, and it's like this fun surprise. So let me show you what currently is in here, and if you have any ideas of what else I can put in here that would be a good perennial that's not going to be invasive or spread like crazy, let me know. Okay, so first things first, I did not plan this well at all. This is an asparagus and this is a sage, and I did not realize, but look how massive that sage is first. Can we look at that? I didn't realize that sage was a perennial, but this is 2 years old. This will be his third summer, and I'm so excited. I don't even use a ton of sage, but I love him here. He's right at the messy path to my herb garden. So that is exciting. The next thing I didn't realize I had done is carnations. So under here, these are carnations. I have a nice patch, and these actually bloomed this year, which was exciting. They shouldn't bloom this summer because they bloomed last summer. I think they bloom every other year from what I was told, but that is exciting. These 2 plants I did plant, I have one here, and if you walk over here, I have one there. These are spiderwort plants. And then back here, another thing I didn't realize that was perennial is I have some chives. This is also the third year on these chives. So they completely died back, but they're popping up, so that is exciting. I don't think I have anything else in there. And then another thing I didn't realize that was perennial that I'm not ripping out is these snapdragons. So they look ugly, but I have some snaps over by the house that actually rebloomed from last year. And while these look a little bad. They don't look completely dead. So I'm leaving my snaps because my snaps, I think, come back each year. So they look bad. I don't know if I should cut them. I need to pay more attention. If I cut them, does that kill them? Will they not come back? Or do I need to leave the stems? I feel like I had to leave the stems. Excuse me, I feel like I had to leave the stems for the last year. But I don't know. And then the last experiment that I did out of laziness is right here. That big old tree, that is a dahlia bulb. That was a beautiful dahlia that I had, and I didn't get him out of there. So I'm hoping that dahlia comes back, that bulb comes back. I do need to cut it. I will 100% cut that stalk off. I should do it now. I might do it now. We'll see. But I need to cut that off. But so now that I did it on camera and I pointed it out, there's not as many fun things in this garden that are perennial as normal, but I want to look more into that route. I really think I need to spend some time, and maybe I'll do that tonight, spend some time on the herbs. I really love the idea of this being like a really nice herb garden. Again, it's finding the herbs that are not going to go crazy. I have a nice patch of bee balm in the windmill garden all the way down there. Where's that there? I have a nice patch of bee balm there, and I heard bee balm spreads a lot, but that is actually not spread in my windmill garden. So I might see how he does, and if he does well, and again, so it doesn't spread, I might put some bee balm in here. That would be nice to have in here. So yeah, so if you have any ideas of other medicinal, edible, perennial things I could put in this garden, I just want to kind of keep filling this up, and I really want this to be a space I really don't have to do too much with. Maybe throw a few annuals in and like a few zinnias and stuff in, a few sunflowers, but I really want this to be low maintenance. That's the plan. But now let's go down to the garden. It's not ready yet. She looks terrible, but let's go. It's a gorgeous day, so we're gonna be outside. We got a drink in our hand. We're gonna go see what everything looks like down here. So normally I always say how restful my garden looks right now at this time of year, and she does not look restful, I don't think. I think she looks like a hot mess. And here comes that hot mess. Hi, babe. Do you want to come in here? Okay, hold on. Okay, let's try this again. We got the doggy in the garden. The bunny has peeked her head out. Let me see if I can go get a glimpse of Miss Fig. She has peeped her head out. She has met Sawyer. I don't think she's a fan. Hi, Miss Fig. She's in there. I don't think she's a fan though. So normally I comment on how restful the garden looks. And I don't think she looks restful. I think she looks like she was rode hard and put away wet last year. Like, we have so much work we need to do. And since I've been using this gate, so I built, you're there, you're fine. I built this gate 2 years ago. It functioned well. And then the tree came down on it and broke it. And so I have like just put it back together because I was so annoyed, because when I built it the first time it was really good, and I need to like rebuild the gate because it's at this point not doing its job. Well, it's doing its job, but it's not a very good gate. So Dad has plans for that. He actually wants to build the gate and put an arch, like get rid of this guy and put an arch in the gate, which I think would be really fantastic. So I need to see if I can push him to do that. But so that needs done. And then every year at the end of the year, I just get tired. I run out of time. And this year was no different. And I didn't put all the beds to bed. And I'm going to explain some of that. Some of that is okay. Some of that was just laziness. And then I didn't even get all the plants out of the ground this year. So we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this bed later. But this is my Tabasco plant that I didn't do anything with. It is covered in peppers. I didn't do anything with. I made Tabasco sauce last year for the first time, and I've been using it so slow that I still have like 5 pints. I think I've gone through like half a pint. So I'm definitely not starting Tabasco seeds this year because I clearly don't use them. And then this is my carrot bed that I overwintered. And I don't know if I started them too late. I still have some weeds, but I don't know if I started them too late or what happened, but my carrots are not huge. Let's see if we came, like, I've never had my carrots not be good. what happened to these carrots. They are so small. I've never had my overwinter carrots not get big. The only thing I can think is I must have started them too late. I need to go back and remind myself when I started them, because I normally start them, I believe, in early August. So I don't remember when I started them, but they did not grow. So I'm just gonna yank them out and give them to the bunny. And then this is another bed that didn't get ripped out, and I kind of had a better reason on this one. There's a cup that needs to come out, but this was my Swiss chard bed, and I'm gonna see if I can find a picture and show you what this bed looked like clear through December. It is only probably in the last month and a half that this bed has looked this bad, and because we haven't really gotten super cold until probably mid-December. But the Swiss chard, first of all, looked gorgeous. It was a whole bunch of different colors. It was very pretty. So it added color and height to the garden, and it gave life to the garden when everything else was either ripped out or dead. And I was feeding it to the bunny, so the bunny was getting Swiss chard every other night. So I didn't rip out this bed, and then again I got too cold and I didn't rip out this bed. So she needs to be not put to bed. I'm gonna rip everything out of here. This bed and then the bed up there, I can't see with the sun, they're gonna be I think my onion beds for this year. I didn't do garlic in this year. Normally these are my garlic beds, but that one up there and this one are going to be my onion beds. And then as you see, I have a ton of cardboard down here and cardboard back here. I really struggled with weeds this year, so I am as I get cardboard, I am laying it down, and then once spring hits, I'm gonna get my load of wood chips. I'm gonna try to get a dump truck load of soil. I'm gonna try to cover all of this so I can try to maintain or keep on top of the weeds, because the beauty of my garden and the joy of my garden does decrease when it's super weedy. So I do need to do some work on that. That's not fun. But what is fun is my dad doesn't know this yet, but I have another dad project for him. I haven't told him this yet, so he's gonna find this out one day and he's gonna be so excited. Oh, I should preface this to say I don't do woodworking. I feel like in my heart, like when I watch a video, I'm like, that looks so easy. I could totally do woodworking. Like I just watched a TikTok today where somebody like did a bathroom remodel. I'm like, oh my god, that looks so easy. It even had like an arch over the tub. I was like, I could do that. I can't do that. This is a bed that I've put together, and it may look decent, okay, from far away, but that has come apart. Let's go up here. That has all come apart. At this point, this bed, no part of this bed is still put together. So I need to have this bed remade. And clearly this bed is 3 years old. I did this 3 years ago. I added this bed and it lasted like this. So it didn't do well. And I have a dog in the bed where she's not supposed to be, but there's so many weeds. So can I really yell at her when there's so many weeds? But so dad is going to have to rebuild me this bed because it's broken. Okay, and the last major thing that I need to do before I can plant is this bed here. And we can take a look at right back there. I have massive termite damage going on in this bed. The two connecting beds look okay, but this one is the worst one. So this bed, and if this was a weekend day, I would rip this guy out and I'd burn him, but it's 4:30 already and I don't feel like doing that after I worked all day. But what's gonna happen with this is this bed I'm going to rip out. I'm just gonna throw him in the burn pile and we're gonna burn him one day. I always do, normally in March, I always do like a big burn day where I burn all the things I pull out from the garden. I should have probably left the marigolds I just pulled out because I would throw them in the burn pile. But I always do a good burn to kind of wrap up the dead stuff and usher in new life. So this bed is going to get burnt, and don't drink that. She's drinking the gross water. We're gonna go inside. I'll get you some fresh water inside. But so I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know if I'm putting this bed back, if I'm gonna rebuild it, or if I'm gonna let this stay open. If you have any ideas, let me know. Let me show you like what it looks like. So that's the bed that is gonna go away, and it's right inside the gate. See, this is the arch. My poor little arch when the tree came down, it came down right on top of the arch. That's my dad desperately wants to rebuild this arch because it looks a little messy. But this bed this year held flowers, held zinnias, and I really loved having a zinnia bed. So I'm gonna do that again with one of these beds. I don't know which one, but one of these 4 beds is gonna be another flower bed for zinnias and sunflowers. But I don't know if I want to put another bed there or leave it open so that when you walk in the gate and you walk under the arch, you have some more space. Or maybe I could put like something in, like a zucchini in the ground there. I don't really know what I want to do. So if you have any ideas on what to do, it goes all the way down to there, let me know. But this weather is making me want to get out here and do some work, get this garden in order, and it's still too early. Hold on. I think she's found her spot. Hey, soy sauce. Clearly, Sawyer's loving being outside too. So yeah, I want to get out here. I want to do work, and I honestly could get this dead stuff out. But we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till we can actually get out here, do work, and get stuff planted, get my paths chipped, maybe get a load of soil dropped off. But guys, it's so close. I have seeds started inside. I need to go turn the light on for. It is so close. We are so close to garden time. I am so excited. So thank you guys for joining me on this impromptu garden walk. I'll see you in the next video, friends.